Rum people, welcome to our Appleton Estate Reserve the Night Father's Day live stream. Coming to you from the home of some of the world's most beloved golden rums, the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience. If this isn't your first time tuning into our live streams, then you know we've got a full day of activities lined up just for you. For those who are joining us for the first time, be sure to tune in, otherwise you'll miss out on all the good things we have in store. For a full rundown of today's activities, be sure to check out our social media pages at Appleton Estate JA on Instagram, at AppletonEstate.jm on Facebook, and Appleton Estate Jamaica on YouTube.
Yeah, so being a girl that is absolutely incredible. You know what I mean? I finally get an opportunity to experience like a different side of being a human, you know what I mean? And being forced to address my perspectives and my ideals and my idea of what life is, you know what I mean? And get a little bit more holistic view of what life is. My daughters are young but incredible souls, you know what I mean? And before them speak a particular language, you already feel them energy, you know what I mean? It comes through so clear. So being a girl, that for me is an excellent thing, is an amazing thing. I love my daughters. It has definitely helped me grow my love for women on a whole, you know what I mean? Because I say you get a little bit more understanding of how the things set up and the challenges that await, you know what I mean, as well as the incredible opportunities to propel and take things further, you know. So I'm definitely gonna try to do my best, but there's really some monuments, you know what I mean, some queens, some goddesses, you know what I mean, that I can be sure will continue to do that throughout life. Yeah. Yeah, so the three main values that I want to instill in my daughters are, firstly, like understanding the importance of being yourself. Yes, chorus, we hear you. Understanding the importance of being yourself. Humility, you know what I mean, as well as just courage. You know what I mean, just be bold, live your life. I mean, obviously, we want them to be cautious, but you have one life to live, you know what I mean, and this is your experience, you're writing your book, so be brave and be bold, you know what I mean. Them things that me want instilling on my kids so that they can do what they have to do, you know what I mean, because they come through us, they don't belong to us, they come through us, but you know, are still our duty. Yeah, well, I definitely plan on having more kids, but this is a conversation that still has to be had with my partner, you know what I mean? But for me, definitely want more kids, boy or girl, don't really matter to me, you know what I mean? Just bring on the love, you know what I mean? But yeah, definitely want more kids.
Maybe this year you want to make Father's Day epic. EPIC for an extraordinary gentleman in your life. Well, you're in luck. Our senior blender, David Morrison, and our Appleton Estate Rum Experience mixologist, Randy Thomas, will show you how to treat your dad with the perfect cocktail on his special day. Enjoy!
Hello everyone, my name is David Morrison, Senior Blender at the Appleton Estate, and I'm here with Randy Thomas, JSAERE's own bartender.
Otherwise known as the Big Belly Bartender.
Yeah,
right?
man, of course, Randy. So good to be here again, my brother. Good to be here again.
Thank you for having me.
And guess what? Today, we're going to be showing all the fathers out there, all those persons who want to celebrate their fathers on Father's Day, how to truly appreciate their fathers with Appleton Estate Jamaica rum. So we're going to be going through the minimum age expressions of the estate range, and we're going to be having a ball doing it. All right, so Randy, you ready?
Yes, man, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
All right, so the first cocktail I'll be making today is the Epic. And one of the things that I love about the Epic, it brings two of our favorite seasons of the year together. So like the summer represents, with the coconut water, it represents the summer because of refreshing taste and the light and the palate, and also those big spices that represents the Christmas from the rum. So you know, it does marry everything together, so they give you something wonderful.
Well, I must confess, I'm happy to hear you say that, you know, because you hit the nail on the head. So the Appleton Estate 8-year-old is an amazing rum, all right? And guess what? You're going to find all sorts of lovely nuances. So you're going to find things like vanilla, you're going to find nice spicy fruit, you're going to find beautiful oak coming through, almost like a nice subtle honey. You're also going to find a very characteristic orange peel note that's prevalent right throughout our estate range that will show itself in different ways as we go through each of these expressions. So this is actually one of my favorite drinks as well, Randy. So let's jump in. I'd love to see you make one.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to add is our coconut water ice cubes.
Oh man.
So normally this drink
is
this drink is like a 3-ingredient drink. So you know, we reduced it to 2. So we infuse the ice cubes with coconut water, and guys, bear in mind that coconut water tends to take longer to freeze because of the sugar content in it. All right, so I'm going to add that, and I'm going to add 2 ounces of our Appleton Estate 8-year-old reserve rum, and it's as simple as that. Let's give it a nice little stir.
Now there are so many different ways that this particular rum can be enjoyed because it is absolutely versatile, right? So you're going to find lots of different nuances that really interact with lots of different things that you can add to your cocktails to have a really good, enjoyable experience. Now, one of the things I like about this particular way of doing the Epic is that it's a drink that unfolds in your mouth, because when you start, the first sip is a lot more of that alcohol, so you can start to enjoy the rum. But then as the ice cube starts to melt, you're going to find that the flavor just changes and it becomes an absolutely refreshing, tasty drink. I mean, it goes down so smoothly because this rum is actually very well balanced, incredibly smooth, and it has almost like a nice molasses on the palate as well as it goes down. Nice warm oak, lovely molasses, absolutely beautiful rum.
And one thing I love about this cocktail, it has what most great cocktails have, which is, you know, quality products, simplicity, accessible ingredients, and most of all, great taste, right?
That is true. That is true. That is true. I think you couldn't have put it any better, my brother. Couldn't have put it any better. So I realized you only made one, so I guess you don't want any.
All right, that's fine. I made it specifically for you.
And I must give you an artificial cheers, you know, half a cheers. Cheers,
all right,
thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. All right, now, but guess what? We're actually going to be doing 2 cocktails with the Appleton Estate 8-year-old reserve, right? And we're now going to be doing the Joyce cocktail, which is also another one of the favorites to be made with your Appleton Estate 8-year-old reserve. So let's walk through that one, Randy.
All right, so the first ingredient I'm going to add is orange wedge. Then I'm going to add 5 dashes of Angostura bitters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So how come when I add Angostura, the first tap like that just goes, just falls out?
Because I guess you're doing it the wrong way. You're supposed to hold it like this and dash.
Ah man, you're too bossy, man.
Alright, so now we're going to muddle, right? And guys, if you don't have a muddle at home, what you can use a wooden spoon or the back of the spoon, or in Jamaica what we would say the spoon back, right?
Alright.
So muddling extract the flavor from the orange juice and also the rind.
So as Randy muddles, I want you to pay very close attention to what he just did. He wasn't trying to destroy the orange.
Right.
He just wants to get all those nice oils and juices released. Alright?
Alright, so now I'm going to add the rum.
Alright.
So 1.5 ounces of that. Now for the ice cubes.
Man, you came hard today, man, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, God, fancy ice.
Alright, so now I'm going to top it off with ginger ale. Not ginger beer, ginger ale. Because you know in Jamaica we love our ginger, right?
That is true. And one of the good things about adding ginger to this drink is that it really works very well with the spiciness that you will find, that nice spicy fruit I mentioned earlier that you find in this particular rum. All right, so really good balance of flavor.
All right, so now I'm going to top it off with some ginger ale.
Nice, very nice, very nice.
Now I'm going to garnish with an orange wedge, just like that. And remember, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, eh?
I must confess, I do like the aroma.
Yes.
I mean, oh my goodness, man. The ginger, bitters, the rum. Fantastic. It's like a symphony on the nose, man. I mean, oh God. And I realized you only made one again, so I like how you just setting me up nicely over here. It's good. It's good. Fantastic, man. So this just goes to show some of the versatility of this amazing rum. But guess what? There are other expressions that are just as fantastic. And so for the next drink, we're going to be using one of my other favorites, which is the Appleton Estate 12-year-old rare casks. Now this is a magnificent rum, and I think the way Randine is going to use it also showcases some of the nuances of this particular rum, because it's going to be a more spirit-forward drink, which means that you'll have a chance to really appreciate the rum in this drink, and you can start to get a feel for just how wonderful the rum is all by itself. Now this rum is, I like to call it a blender's rum, or the blender's rum, because the flavor profiles for this rum are just exquisite. So you're going to find things like toasted oak, you're going to find nice rich vanilla, you're going to find little hints of coffee, hazelnut, right, coming through really, really nicely. And of course, that all important, wonderful orange peel that just ties the entire estate range together. What you going to make now, Randine?
12-year-old old fashioned.
All right, perfect. As a matter of fact, it's interesting, you know, because this is actually one of my favorite ways to drink the old fashioned, man, because I think it's such a wonderful way to enjoy the spirit in a drink. And I think all the fathers out there will really have a ball with this one, because the rum is magnificent, the rare cask. And when you start to add these ingredients, it's a nice simple drink, but it has so much complexity. And guess what? You can actually twist it, mix it, you know, do all sorts of things with it by just changing out little elements of the drink. So you want to adjust the sweetness, you can. If you want to adjust the level of spiciness you get with the bitters, you can. But of course, the rum, it's the rum. The rum is the star, which is true. Which is one of the things I like to do, man. So I like to do it with a very nice spiced syrup. So I get me some cloves and some nutmeg and some vanilla and some cinnamon, and I kind of just do that in a syrup. It's magnificent, man. So you get that nice complement with the rum. Fantastic.
All right.
So the dads out there are in for a treat on Father's Day. They're in for a treat.
So all right. So the first thing I'm going to add is Angus syrup.
All right. With the fancy. All right.
So 2.
No sir, bossiness.
All right. So 2 ounces of the Appleton Estate rare cask.
And I realized you didn't start with any ice in the glass as well, right? All right.
So now, just 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, because you don't want it too sweet, all right? Because you know the simple syrup highlights the delectable side of the 12-year-old.
Right, right.
Now I'm going to add just an ice cube. Because with this cocktail you need quality.
Wow.
With this cocktail you need quality ice, right?
Look at this.
So now you got to stir.
So you get everything incorporated, and you get a nice cool chill on the drink as well. Nice.
So you're just gonna stir until the glass starts to chill.
And this right here is a real twist and a classic, you know, because your original old fashions are in fact made with bourbon. But believe you me, I prefer the rum version. The rum version is absolutely fantastic.
Now I'm going to give it some orange oil just to pair with our hallmark of the brand.
Nice.
Which is the citrus note, right?
Nice. Absolutely perfect.
Just like that.
All right, so I can see what I'll be trying a little later on. Let me smell this.
So you can get the orange aroma.
The dads are in for a treat, man. They're in for a treat. You know, one of the interesting things as well is that the 2 rums that we've done so far, the Appleton Estate 8-year-old Reserve and the Appleton Estate 12-year-old rare casks, are such amazing rums in terms of how they can be had, because you can actually have them all by themselves, but you'll find that they make very amazing, sophisticated cocktails. They take a regular drink, and by the time you're done, by adding these rums, you've taken that drink up to a notch. So, fathers, you're in for a treat on Father's Day. Wow.
You can smell that, right?
Yeah, man, this is amazing, man. This is amazing. I mean, that intermingling of the citrus, the oils from the rind, and the rum, absolutely spot on, fantastic. All right, but we're not done yet, because guess what? So we've had two expressions that we have gone through by mixing. All right, so we've made some really nice cocktails. The Epic, Joy's cocktail, and the Old Fashioned. And now we're going to go to yet another level of sophistication by trying a rum that you can enjoy all by itself. So now we're going to be going to the Appleton Estate 15-year-old Black River casks. Now, as are all the rums that we're going through, another minimum aged rum. And in this case, we're talking about the newest member of the estate range. It's a lovely minimum age 15-year-old rum that has amazing nuances. So you're going to find things like toasted almond. You're going to find nice hints of oak. You're going to find beautiful hazelnut coming through, little hints of coffee, little hints of amazing things like that nice orange peel, vanilla. Absolutely wonderful on the aroma. And guess what? It goes down really easy as well. It has the most amazing, like, nice spiciness to it. You get that nice oak coming through as well. And it has like a beautiful, almost creamy kind of finish to it. So absolutely amazing rum to have. All right, so this time around, we're going to go for a more simplistic approach to making this drink, right? Because 15 years in a barrel is a long time, and a lot of maturation has taken place with that rum. And so what we want to be able to do at this point in time, dads, is we want to be able to enjoy the rum for what it is, right? So we're not talking about trying to add anything or mask anything or complement it with anything. We're talking about just enjoying the rum all by itself, because there are amazing flavors to be enjoyed. So Randine, let's show us what you got. All right, so you're going on the rocks. All right, nice.
Then I'm going to an ounce and a half.
Ah, nice, so nice.
Just to chill it down a bit. And release those flavors.
And I like the fact that you've gone with a snifter type glass, because guess what? You can actually really enjoy. Oh man, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You get that nice vanilla, you get that nice toasted almond, you get that nice hazelnut coming through, you get that nice coffee undertone, nice orange peel.
I like to add like 3 coffee beans to it, you know, just to
Yeah, man, I could see that. I could see that being a thing. Oh man, new member of the estate range is absolutely fantastic. I think everybody is going to have a ball drinking this. Really, really good. But guess what? We're not done yet. Because
the best for last.
they're all good. They're all fantastic.
I agree.
Right? But we're talking about the rum that should be savored for this really special occasion, which is Father's Day. Right? Because I think all fathers deserve the best. And that's what we have on offer today. Right? So we're going with what we call the pinnacle of the estate range now, right? So we're talking about the Appleton Estate 21-year-old Nassau Valley casks. And guess what? It's even dressed up a little differently, because if you realize, and I remember back in the day when I was thinking about the older packages for this particular expression, and we've gone to a really sophisticated package now. I mean, just look at it.
Really good.
I think this is one of those things that makes a fantastic gift on Father's Day, right? And as you can very well imagine, it's amazing rum. Has absolutely almost magical characteristics to it. Really nice nutty flavors come through with this blend. So you get those nice coffee, cocoa, chocolate notes coming through. You get that really nice toasted oak that comes through really brilliantly. And it has what I'd consider to be a nice dry kind of feel to it as it goes down, right? So no sweetness to it, just an absolutely amazing rum that should be sipped, savored, and enjoyed, right? So I guess I can almost read your mind to kind of figure out how you're going to suggest we should serve this, right? Because there you go. We don't want any dilution whatsoever. We want to be able to enjoy this rum for this really amazing expression that it is. It's just calling my name.
And just by pouring it again.
Oh my goodness. And look at the color. It's amazing. Look at the legs. Amazing. You see that beautiful green ring of aging so prominent, man. It just shows you that this rum has been in touch with this barrel for a really long time. Oh my God.
Until you just pass it and I smell all.
Oh my goodness. I think the Appleton Estate range is the perfect way to celebrate fathers and fathers.
I agree.
Absolutely perfect. I know what I'll be doing on Father's Day with my kids, right? And my family, because this is absolutely perfect. It's a really good way to take a journey from wonderful cocktails all the way up to rum that can be and should be enjoyed, sipped, savored all by itself. Neat. Fantastic journey. So Randine, as always, it's been a pleasure. Like we will link up because you know your thing.
It's a different vibe.
Nah man, it's always a vibe, man. It's always a vibe. And you know your thing, and it's a real pleasure working with my brother.
Same.
So
Feelings mutual.
which one you're choosing? We have to do at least one cheers. We have to do at least one cheers. Not a bad choice. So cheers, my brother. Blessings.
Happy Father's Day.
Respect, my brother. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, it's expected because guess what? If you realize all of these things are things you would expect to have at home, right?
Yeah,
so guess what?
Ingredients.
Creativity is what it's all about. Not because we came here and said, these are the drinks, these are not the only things that you can do. It's about how do you want to express yourself? How do you want to express these drinks, these cocktails, these fine rums for your father on Father's Day, right? Let it be an expression of you and what you want to present to your wonderful father. So cheers.
Being a dad for the very first time is such a beautiful feeling. I always see myself being a father, and for the Almighty to bless, me and my wife with twins. Oh my gosh, it's like icing on the cake, cherry on top. It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful feeling, and I'm just happy. I feel like I won 100 million. Who I look to for dad tips? Actually, growing up, my brother used to be my, that father figure in the house. And as I get older, I really actually look up to my stepfather because he was the one who was there when I was at age 11, 12, 13 going on to becoming an adult. So he's somebody that I really actually look up to. Nowadays, being around people like Nico, my manager, Vikings, and there are so many other father figures who came along the way. Donovan Jeremy from my early recording days would be people who I really actually look to because they are people who would tell me the truth and kind of there to remind even me of some of the things that I need to stay on top of in terms of being a man. So definitely these are some, it wouldn't be, I couldn't single out anybody now, but these are all people that I look up to and look forward to for words of encouragement and just lessons that I can pass on to my beautiful girls. if I'm ready for more kids, well, of course, why not? There are certain things in life that you can't even set a time on, you know, because it might just happen, you know. So I am prepared. You know, that would be the right word, you know. So if that should happen again, you know, definitely, yeah, something that I'm looking forward to. I have a song that says, 2 pretty little girl, 1 baby boy, or even 1 more. So who knows? Maybe a boy next, or even 1 more. Yeah, but I'm prepared and I'm ready, and you know, it will be a joy again to have more children. You know, but I'm in no rush though.
So, what if you could ask someone anything and everything about the history of our Jamaican rums and the rum making process? Even better, what if you could hear it from the legend herself, Dr. Joy Spence, the first female master blender in the history of the spirits industry? Well, that's exactly what we've got for you today. Next up, it's 21 Questions with Joy Spence.
Welcome to the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience.
Oh, thank you. We're here to meet Dr. Spence.
Oh, she's right here. Come on in. Here she is.
Hi, Peter. Good to see you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hi, Dr. Spence. Thanks for having us. Now, let's get to know you. What are you looking forward to most right now?
Our visitors returning to the experience.
And I see a great quote behind you. Do you still live by this quote?
I love it.
All right, so let's get to, get into the history of who Dr. Spence is. What did you major in at university?
I majored in chemistry at the University of the West Indies.
Was there always a spark for chemistry growing up?
I fell in love with chemistry in 3rd form because of my chemistry teacher, actually.
And so did you ever, all this time, think about becoming a master blender?
Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd become a master blender.
What were you doing in the working world before Jerry and Nick?
I was teaching chemistry, then I joined Tia Maria as a research chemist, and then joined Jerry and Nephew as the chief chemist.
How and where did you start your career at Jerry and Nephew?
I joined Jerry and Nephew in 1981 as the chief chemist.
And is there any particular place you saw yourself in the company when you started?
I thought I would be in the lab, just testing and testing and testing.
What was your starting position and what was it like?
Well, when I joined as the chief chemist, I then met the previous master blender, Owen Tulloh, and that's when my whole life changed. And this is where I am today because of Owen.
And how were you tapped to be the next master blender?
Well, Owen recognized that I had excellent sensory skill, a good knowledge of the process, and he figured if he tutored me, that one day I'll become an excellent blender, and I studied with him for 17 years. And then when he retired, I was appointed the master blender.
And what was that process like, becoming a master blender?
Well, Owen made the recommendation to the managing director, and he gave the approval because it was really a very simple process, yes or no. And at that time, I was the first female to have been appointed a master blender in the entire spirit industry in the world.
Oh, congratulations. By chance, I will see a bunch of pictures here. Is your mentor anywhere here?
Yes, this is Owen right here, nosing with me. I became master blender in 1997.
Speaking of mentors, what is it like having David Morrison as your senior blender?
Well, David is a quick learner. He's very patient and lots of fun to work with.
What has been the highlight of your career as a master blender thus far?
I think the highlight of my career as a master blender is actually taking a helicopter and landing on a glacier in New Zealand and drinking Appleton Estate with the glacial ice. It's unforgettable.
If you weren't a master blender, what would you be?
I'd still be teaching chemistry, my love.
How many countries have you traveled to for your master blender duty?
I have visited 95 cities all over the world.
And what was your most memorable moment overseas as a master blender?
There have been so many memorable moments, but I would say probably visiting the White House in the United States and actually being a guest of the presidential catering team and actually making a glaze demonstrating the uniqueness of Appleton Estate and using it on a bread pudding and actually receiving a medal from the head of presidential catering.
All right, so what then is your most memorable moment in Jamaica as a master blender?
I think the most memorable moment in Jamaica as a master blender for me is the launch of the Appleton Estate 50-year-old rum at Jamaica House.
Now, we're here at the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience. What's the most meaningful location in the building to you?
The Joy Spence room, of course.
And do you remember how you felt and where you were when it was announced the tour would be named after you?
I cried because I didn't believe.
What was the first award you won?
The first award I received was in 2005, the Order of Distinction by the Jamaican government.
What was the last award you won?
The last award I received was the Jamaican Woman of Distinction, which was awarded by the RGR Communications Group.
Which award means the most to you?
All the awards are special to me. None is more special than the other.
What's the most interesting part of the rum making process?
I think the most interesting part about the rum making process is the aging process. It's extremely complex and scientific, and this is where you get the final transformation taking place, developing those beautiful complex aromas in our rums.
And what is the age statement used for the Appleton Estate expressions?
At Appleton Estate, we adhere to the minimum age system where once you see a number on our package, it's indicating that the youngest rum in that blend had to sit in the barrel for a minimum period of that time.
What's the three most interesting Appleton Estate expressions you've created?
The Appleton Estate Reserve, the Appleton Estate 30-year-old, and of course, last but not least, the Appleton Estate Joy Anniversary Blend.
And what's your favorite expression?
My favorite expression depends on the occasion that we're drinking our rum.
Which blend do you think most closely matches your personality and why?
I think the Appleton Estate Joy Anniversary Blend matches my personality. It's complex, joyful, vibrant, and lovely to drink.
Are you the designated mixologist for at-home entertainment with family and friends?
With family and friends at home, I'm the go-to for mixing drinks. And my favorite special drink is the Happy Punch, which is a special rum punch that I make and everybody just enjoys it.
So what's your favorite physical attribute of the newly relaunched bottles?
I think my favorite attribute of the newly relaunched bottles is the Appleton Estate insignia because it represents 5 Jamaican symbols in an artistic way.
The new insignia, give us your thoughts.
To me, this is one of the most important parts of the new package.
Tell us a fact about the 8-year-old.
The 8-year-old has a beautiful holiday spice honeyed finish.
And a fact about the 12-year-old expression.
The 12-year-old has a luscious, honeyed, smooth finish.
How about a beautiful fact about the new 15-year-old?
The 15-year-old has a spicy, fruity, creamy, and lingering finish.
And last but not least, the 21-year-old Nassau Valley.
The 21-year-old has a long, dry, complex, and beautiful finish.
Is it difficult to host tours as well as still make rum in the same location?
No, it's not difficult to host a tour and make rum. We have it pat here at the Appleton Estate Rum Experience.
Can you explain to us, just using 5 words, what the JSAERE means to you?
Premium, fun, educational, Jamaican, unforgettable.
The JCRE gift shop has a wide variety of products. What's your favorite item?
My favorite item in the gift shop is the Appleton Estate copper mug.
And why?
It's, it's very eye-catching, and it's a nice gift to give to persons to remember the Appleton Estate Rum Experience.
What is the one thing you wish that people knew about the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience that probably only you know?
The Appleton Estate Rum Experience was created as a global gateway for Appleton Estate rums.
What was it like working with Luca Gargano on the Hearts Collection?
Working with Luca was a dream come true for me. It has always been my passion to meet Luca one day and do some work with him. And so developing the Hearts series with Luca was just unforgettable.
Now, with the name Hearts Collection, how did you come about that?
There are several reasons why we named it the Hearts Collection. First was we're located in the heart of Jamaica. And then you have the joining of 2 passionate people about rum, Luca and myself. And last but not least, that whenever I sign a bottle for anyone, I actually draw a little heart on it. And Luca actually put that heart on the label. And so, again, that's how we came up with the name Heart.
I noticed that the Hearts Collection is a special edition. Do we plan to have any more?
Sure, we plan to have other Heart releases. And I must say the Hearts Collection was really historic for Appleton Estate because it was the first time that we're actually bottling a single malt pot still rum in the history of Appleton Estate.
Thank you so much, Dr. Spence, for entertaining us here in the Nassau Valley at the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience.
It was a pleasure hosting you at the Joy Spence Appleton Estate Rum Experience. And come down and then have some fun while learning about good rum.
Hi, this is Wayne Mitchell, otherwise known as Wayne Marshall. I would say the most difficult part about having 4 boys is the fact that you have to manage 4 different personalities, strong personalities. And as the saying goes, 4 different brothers, 4 different minds. You kind of have to approach all of them with a slightly different technique of parenting, but it's always a joy and it's always a challenge that I look forward to. And I feel like the fact that we have 4 boys, it makes it even easier because we kind of understand what is required. Maybe if we got a girl, we wouldn't know what to do. But with the boys, we kind of have a system in place that is easy for them to fall in. Who knows what the future will hold? I wouldn't mind having another child. Tammy certainly wouldn't mind having another child. And I feel like we already have 4 boys. My choice is a girl. I would like to have a girl, know what it feels like to have somebody who is going to be able to rub down my foot when I get old and everything. Right now I don't have that. My boys, them just going to be running all over the world, and who knows, I definitely know if I get a girl, she's going to be daddy's girl. Me and my father had a great relationship. As a matter of fact, the date I'm recording this on is actually the 10th, which is 3 years since he has passed. And he just was a great father. He left a lot of lessons and a lot of memories for me to live on and for me to cherish and carry on. There was a time when we weren't seeing eye to eye as our relationship unfolded. As I grew and evolved and became my own father, I realized what he was doing, and he never did hold me down. Like, as a teenager, you kind of think, yo, Star, why I'm so strict, why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that, why I'm making me have to cut hedge and, you know what I mean, wash up this and rake up that and whatever. But he was just instilling responsibility in me, which was, you know, something that you would need, something that we all need as we get older. So our relationship blossomed and grew as I became a father and understood him and really understood why he did what he did when we were younger. So yeah, man, I really cherish him, and it was the best dad ever.
To kick things off for this special occasion, we've got an extra special performance by a lady whose voice captures the heart and communicates the feelings of any soul. Let's welcome Jazz Elise.